Hello, everyone. This is David Leibowitz with Philosophy Video Game Philosophy, and we are at the 500 sub spectacular. We got a long way to go. We got the name of heaven that's reaching us. We'll rise higher and higher to more and more subs, but for now, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I was at like 45 subs a couple weeks ago, and then I make my Ramlafall, then my Asuka, and then my Happy Chaos one, and now they're at 7,000k. 7k, oh my god! I've been trying to work on this podcast for so long. I have all my stuff, but I'll leave the rest of the speech for later. As a gift to you all, here is the name of heaven, the ending arcade credits theme to Guilty Gear Strive.
Once there, everything comes through.
So, once there, everything comes true. Once there, everything comes true. It's just nice, and it just everything, just a nice flow to it. Everything comes true. What we're saying is that once we are in heaven, either if this is a state of mind, actually heaven, we feel, I'd say that this is a Buddhist state of enlightenment. That's what I think this really is. It's the difference between the Pure Land school of Buddhism that says that heaven is out there. As long as I chant it over and over again, I will be in another life in the Pure Land ruled by Amitabha Buddha, or I have the inner power and enlightenment is right in me. And I think this is very much that the enlightenment, heaven, is right beneath your fingertips.
I've heard of such a dreamy place.
I've heard that heaven is just all the way out there, but can't you realize that it's right there?
Do you think my broken wings will heal? Hope so.
Do you think my broken wings will heal? Hope so. 'Cause I can't fly well. Oh, I just love it. So, again, just a nice vibrato, Basically, what we're talking about here is that, but we can't go up to heaven. There's no up. It's in us. It's not somewhere else. It's right here. That's what Nietzsche would say. Nietzsche would say, do not go into heaven. We are on the earth. So one would first think that this is maybe about being and waiting in line for heaven to eventually wait in line for someday that your life will be better. That is partially it, but you still have to walk. You still have to do it yourself. You still have to work and get to the promised land yourself, to your dreams. And that's through the Jungian individuation. That's Nietzsche through the Zen Buddhist. Well, Zen Buddhists would literally just say it's right there. It's literally just right on your fingertips. The Buddha was holding up a flower, and some disciple, I don't know the name, looked at it and immediately found enlightenment, and immediately found Satori, Nirvana. Well, mainly Satori. But no, my wings are broken. I can't go up. I can't go to the Pure Land. I have to find it in myself.
'Cause I can't.
'Cause I can't fly well. It's going through. He can't fly. He's not going up. It's why this song is very much sticking at a certain tone. It's not going up, but it will go up, and it will be beautiful. No, we can't fly.
Fly well. I wonder if this rain will stop one day.
I wonder if this rain will stop one day. Again, still on the certain, but this rain, there's so much suffering in this world. This is sort of the Buddhist idea that life is constantly suffering. That Nietzsche would say, oh, life is constantly suffering, but no. We need to say yes to life. We need to individuate. We need to look into ourselves and individuate our shadows.
Hey, someone's been crying all alone.
Someone's been crying all alone. Like, life is Schopenhauer would say, life is suffering. You should just go into the forest and not do anything. No. There's a way to transcend suffering. There's a way to accept the suffering in one's life. I mean, all the suffering that all these characters go in The Guilty Gear, especially Soul, to get his wife back, eventually. It's a lot. But, if you know, by the end of Strive's story, he gets his wish. To some degree, he gets his life back. So, anything's possible. If it can happen for Soul, who's for thousands of years have been a bad guy, maybe it can happen for you in a maybe short amount of time.
Alone. No worries, there's only one road, so I can't get lost.
No worries, oh, there's only one road, so I can't get lost. It just keeps on going forward. It's on a single road in the lyric. It's just trailing. Can't get lost. It's not going too up and down in the lyrics. So I can... But it will go soon up. No, there's one road. We're all on the same path. We're all on this earth. We all have the ingredients we have. We all come from a common fabric. And we need to use our tools to find in ourselves and integrate our shadows. To integrate and realize that we are beautiful. Every single one of us has that inner beauty. And even in Judaism, the greater the struggle, the greater the reward. This happened with, I mentioned this, I think, with Esau. About the story of Jacob and Esau. That Esau had so much evil in himself, but his father Isaac thought that he should get the blessing, because the greater struggle means the greater reward. So the greater struggles in our lives will eventually bring out the greater reward. Now, Esau was destined to remain evil. I don't know why, but he was. So Jacob got it instead. He did a weird thing with the... But even if you really think you have it rough, if you push through it, heaven, it's right on your fingertips, it's right at your door. But you got to work for it.
All I have to do is walk.
All I have to do is walk. Just keep on walking, because do is walk. But basically, we're talking about walking. We're not flying. The wings, the analogy of Daisuke's philosophy of the wings is fundamentally that the wings are in our bodies, they're in our soul. Our soul has wings, but in reality, we don't actually have wings. We're not going up to heaven. The wings in our freedom in ourselves allows us to fly in this life, not the next life.
Placed by the name of heaven,
The promised land, everyone is awaiting in a very long line.
placed by the
Oh God. Everyone's waiting in a very long line. Basically, we're talking about you could say that this means that we're all staying in the status quo. That we should just wait in our lives and just accept what's going to happen. Eventually we'll achieve it. That's not what we're saying. We're saying you got to work for it, but your time will come. You will get your paradise on this earth, and it will be wonderful. You will accomplish your dreams because you have that inner spark in yourself. You have the spark, like high spark, the royal spark. You have that spark, and you can do it if you set your mind to your goals. Because you are all beautiful. You can individuate. You can accept your shadows.
name of heaven, there's a comfort in
that. So it's beautiful. There's a comfort that eventually, even if mine is so low, I can play my part playfully, and say yes to life, and play the part that I have now. But eventually, I'll have the big applause. I'll be the lead. But you don't have to think about your life as the lead, but you'll have your moment, and it'll be great.
I don't hesitate. Just be guided.
But I'm still, there's something in my soul. I'm guided by myself. I'm guided by my inner power in Buddhism. I'm guided by my inner power. Oh.
I wonder how
Far I have come, and what have I ever done? Alright, well, I'm sure I'll be there soon. All I have to do is walk. I mean, basically all of that is saying, I'll be there, so all I have to do is keep, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be right there. Just gotta get there.
by the name of heaven, the promised land.
But the promised land, it's not up in the sky, it's right here. It's in you. You're the pure land. There's a person, Hajime Tanabe, that actually reconciles Zen Buddhism and Pure Land Buddhism and says, no, the Pure Land is actually all around us. It's actually in you. So we have both inner and outer power. And all the people that just want to say Amita Buddha, Amita Buddha, Amita Buddha, they are wrong. No, they're too weak. You need to accomplish your deeds in this life to get that rise, and it will be in yourself. And maybe there's also this Amitabha, this other Pure Land. But it's not saying that there can't be a heaven. If you believe that doesn't mean that your heaven, that you have to wait to the next life for your heaven. Jews actually say you appreciate God's grace more in this life because you can actually fully experience God. In the next life, you're only gonna get a glimmer of God. Now you can fully do your mitzvahs, fully do your commandments, and fully appreciate the light and see that everything is fundamentally God. Everything is heaven. Everything is beautiful.
I wonder
what words are waiting for me. We're like going up and down. It's like, basically we're saying that fundamentally, the words, we're back to the words, the logos, God's words. They're waiting for me. But but what words are going to be told to me? David, you're going to be granted as a great scientist, great psychologist one day. But they're waiting. It's not the words that's, as we talk about Sell the Game, the words that are reason. No, this is the words from the heart. It's not the words from the mind, the words from the heart. It's a place by the name of heaven. That means it's in us. It's not actually heaven. Oh, it's so dynamic. There's a comfort in that. Oh, but the music in the background just so triumphant. I love it.
I don't
Hesitate, just be guided.
I haven't
Talk to my heart in a long time. Let's continue.
my heart for a long time. Well,
Did I stop flying? Is it the wings that are crying? Oh, God. When did I stop? I haven't talked. I mean, this is the shadows. This is the inner self. This is the inner power. This is the inner heaven that is in you. When I stopped flying, when I flying in myself, because one, I stopped realizing, I stopped being egoistic. The wings that are crying. But no, we have to keep up. We have to go back up. We are banned from heaven. Humans don't need to be gods. We are animals. But Nietzsche says we can still both be tied to the earth with the serpent's wisdom and to the heavens, to heaven. The eagle's wings. This is the serpent and the wings. We are tied to both. And that's how we become the Übermensch. That's how we transcend. We become the overman. But we incorporate the animal in ourselves to do that.
did I stop flying? Is it the wings that are
I love it. by the name of heaven, the promised land. Can I find myself again in that line? Like, can I find myself again in that line? It's like perfectly, it's like going down the line. Not the lyrics are going down. Can I find myself again? Can I find myself back connected to the collective unconscious, connected to the divinity that exists in all of us, in all biological life, because humans biologically have evolved to find meaning, and that is connected to our animal existence. We connectedly find the beauty in this earth, the beauty in ourselves. And this does not even a second. It's just the soul, the life force, all of this in ourselves. It's just wonderful. And when we playfully stretch out to the world, we'll be back in that line. And we'll find ourselves and we'll enjoy life. Through the suffering, the good, the bad, all of it. By the name of heaven, there's a comfort in that. Freedom in my hands means that I can. Freedom in my hands says that I can get lost. Like, oh, now he's going up high. Now, when he knows that the freedom is in his hands, he can't get lost. He can't be because the freedom is in ourselves, our inner Übermensch, the inner freedom. It's beautiful. Heaven is right at your fingertips. You can have a good time in this life. The scientific age cannot take that away from us. We can rejuvenate. We can find that age of Aquarius. We can find new meaning. We will be beautiful. All of it. I'm sorry, I'm chasing it. Damn, I just recorded the ending of this and gave a whole sob speech, but I guess we'll have to redo this, and I'll make it a little quicker. But let's do it again. I may suck at it, but I should have flown. Like, it's just saying that I may suck at it, but this feeling of beauty in ourselves means that we don't need to fly. We don't need to go up there. We don't need to find what is up there. We just need to find what's in ourselves. Because heaven, we don't need the heaven. You can have God, but God is all around us. We don't need to go up. We don't need to wait for the next life. Jews say the acts happen in this life. Things that I can't. Sorry, I just get flustered that I have to read this, but can't get out of the blind, 'cause freedom in my hands means that I can't get lost. Like, I can get lost. I don't need to wait. I don't need to accept the status quo. I don't need to do any of that. I can just get lost. I can just have a good time. Playfulness means that we can be immersed in this absurdity of reality that is materially fine, but we find the meaning biologically in ourselves. And we can just find the beauty. I love that! Freedom in my hands! Freedom is in my hands. I have it. I have this inner power. When we connect, I don't know if I can have said this before, but freedom, when we connect the inner power and the outer power, we can find this absolute transcendent beauty. We individuate, we turn darkness into light. And this is Daisuke's philosophy. Daisuke's philosophy throughout all these songs is through a sense of freedom. And there's a few songs that are not about freedom, like Requiem and Alone Infection, that are being haunted of things, and even Hellfire a little bit, things that bring you down. But all these characters are finding this childish openness to the world that immerses us and gets us lost in life. And that's wonderful. And that's how you need to act. You need to remain playful. That's it. That I can't get lost. It's like he's now triumphant. He can finally soar, but he's soaring in himself. I guess I'll do the speech again. Don't know if I can do it as emotionally as this time, but guys, thank you so much for 500 subs. I love you all. I've been trying to work on this podcast, which again, this was a podcast that had comedy skits, a whole set of actors, and stuff happened, and I decided to focus more on the philosophy, and, well, I'm here now. Guilty Gear took off. I hope you guys still like some Persona, but I want to thank my good friends J School and Raven Visceral. They've kept me going in my creative journeys. Mystery Question Mark, who has been an early supporter of Philosopher Spiel with the podcast for Persona. Shune Enthusiast or Rage, who is a great supporter in helping with the lore and helped me with the last two I'm saying podcasts still, but these are videos now. Last two videos. I want to thank Lady Virgilia and John Thoughtbubble, who have both been very supportive, and Kid Capes to extent. I'll thank Kid Capes as well. Gave me a little advice, and even Bubble Tea. All these great people, all these great YouTubers that have been here supporting me throughout the time. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my dad, who's gave me this love of learning. I want to thank my mom, who let my creative interests flow. My brother, who I could say used to at least be a better singer than I was. I was 4 years old and I loved dinosaurs. I wanted to study animals for a long time, and then I switched to psychology because I didn't think I had anything more to learn about animals. And then I got into philosophy, then Jung, then religion, and I'm here now. Got into Eastern stuff. I love you guys. You are all beautiful, and I'd love to talk to you guys in the Discord. I really would. I really would like to meet all of you, because I think you're all cool, awesome people. So, I think we all learned that for each of us, for me, for all of us, there is that name of heaven. Heaven will be in us, and we will find our dreams. I'm going to accomplish my dreams. I got to finish my thesis. I'm doing a thing on playfulness, connection, nature, and views of wild animals. Hopefully get a job and hopefully get my PhD and become a professor. That's my heaven, is to have a voice and really do this through books and all this. This is like the marinating ground for that. And thank you for listening to me, because I remember when I was a little kid and a lot of people, I just was the guy who talked about dinosaurs who was awkward, and now I'm overly excited, overly energetic, and this means a lot. So, thank you all. Next time, Bridges theme, where we'll talk about how we can all find the town inside ourselves. Peace. Love you all.